Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. No, it's not another Gene Gray video. Today we're going to be talking about account roasts on this channel, a topic that has its roots in the origins of this channel altogether. I'm going to be discussing why we started roasting, why I stopped roasting, and why we're going to start it again. It's back! So stay tuned because it's about to get pretty crazy. Now, to talk about why I stopped and why we're starting again, we first have to go back to the beginning. How did account roasting start? It basically started because I wanted to stream the game and I didn't really have much content to stream for a long period of time. But I wanted to stream all day. So Saturdays and Sundays, way back in 2016, I would go to Tous Les Jus, my favorite Korean cafe. I would pick up a bunch of pastries. I would get a coffee. I would run back to my apartment. And then I would load up my stream with my old NVIDIA tablet. And I would just sit there for hours after doing my dailies, and I would look up people's accounts, and I would just make fun of them in a way that was sort of edgy and funny at the time. This is 6 years ago. This is back in 2016. So bear with me on the sort of cringy jokes that I said back then compared to nowadays, and the amount of swearing back then compared to nowadays. But it would be something along the lines of like, oh my gosh, you built up Molecule Man and you didn't even give him an obelisk, you effing B, you mother, brother, father. Oh, and you gave him the bald man's artifact. What are you doing? And it's a 5-star. You could have used that to re-roll. Oh my god, you're so dumb. It would basically be stuff like that. Now, thankfully, we're not going back to that model, but we'll try to do something more along the lines of something that's funny first and then informational second, because I feel like one of the mistakes I made with the account roastings is that when I sort of purged my channel of all of that, mature level conversation after the whole YouTube thing in 2017 or 18, where you couldn't really swear for a while on YouTube and things would really touch and go as far as demonetization goes. We went too far in the wrong direction, and it's too informative and it's too educational, and then the account roastings got really boring and the views dropped off, and I was like, okay, listen, one of the reasons why I don't even like doing account roastings that much is because they take a lot of time, right? I have to go and get comments. I have to make sure I haven't roasted them before. I have to keep a tally of the people I've roasted. I have to look up their accounts in advance to get an idea of what I'm looking for and what I'm sort of aiming to do, and then I got to set it all up and shoot it and edit it and whatever, blah blah blah. So I'm not going to do all that if the views really aren't there to support it, right? Like there's other content I could be doing that's more interesting to the viewer base, right? That's where some other things come in. So yeah, that's sort of the history of the account roasts. And that sort of continued from 2016 or 2015 when I first started it, all the way until 2020. And then in 2020, boom, they were gone. No more account roasts. Over. Why? And this is what I'm going to answer here. Now, I already touched on the fact that account roasts do take a long time to set up. And so that's something that I'll touch on a little bit later when we talk about them coming back. But the other big reason why I stopped doing account roasts was because of the last boycott. Now, whether or not you agree with how the boycott was handled and whether or not you agree that things, went the way they should have gone or whatever, like everyone has different opinions. But the issue that I had with the boycott was that I felt like despite all the work that I was doing for the community and that I was doing for people in the community, I would see the names of people that I had roasted and helped their accounts badmouth me in the comments because I didn't keep going with the boycott, because I didn't get a million free P cards for every player, and I chickened out, or I'm a Netmarble shill, or I'm a spy, I'm a double agent, this kind of crap. And it's just like, it's just kind of pathetic. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Listen, I have a really good job. I get to talk in front of a camera to you all, and that's my job. It's amazing. I love my life. I have no complaints. But that was a really big down moment for me, because I was like, man, they can't even give me the benefit of the doubt. Like they can't even do that despite all the help. I'm not talking about regular viewers. I'm talking about like people that I actually had roasted. So I was like, okay, so you're telling me that you want me to keep roasting people. I'm going to keep roasting people and helping them and giving them literally one-on-one help, which, by the way, I know it might not seem like much, but other people in other fields literally charge for that sort of content. And I've had plenty of people, don't get me wrong, I have had plenty of people try to pay me in the 2 years since I stopped doing account roasts. And even before that, when I was doing them, they tried to pay me to look at their account. I'll give you $5. I'll give you $10. I'll give you $20. I'll give you $50. I've had people email me about it, DM me about it, ask me directly on live streams. I've had people donate and then ask, and then it's really awkward because I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. So, you know, that's what I'm sort of saying. So I mean, that's part of it. And that definitely adds to the pain of like, man, I did this for free. And then these people are turning around and stabbing me because I didn't do a boycott for 6 months. Do you know how boring the channel would be if I was boycotting for 6 months? I don't want to turn into some, you know, weirdo loser like the quartering, just whining and crying in every single video. Like, I had that phase in Marvel Future Fight a few years ago. You can go back and watch it if you want to hear me whining. But, you know, listen, I digress. So, however, despite all of that, I've decided that the good that we can do for the community outweighs the bad. And I'm just going to put my feelings aside and just ignore people. I'm also never going to do a boycott again, by the way. So in case anyone was wondering, that's like 100% off the table forever. I don't care what Marvel Future Fight does. I'm not boycotting the game because I just don't want to deal with the community backlash when I inevitably, you know, chicken out in the 11th hour or whatever. Like, you basically, you can never satisfy everyone when you start a boycott. There will always be people who throw you to the wolves, throw you under the bus, blame you directly for the whole thing. They're like, oh, if Alex hadn't boycotted, things would have been better. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? Anywho. Sorry, I got kind of distracted, got off course there. We're bringing roasting back. Yahoo! Yeah, so we're bringing it back. However, we're going to bring it back in a slightly more interesting way than before. I still want you, and these are the sort of the rules or the parameters, I still want you to leave a comment down below with your IGN. The reason why I do this, in case you guys don't know, is that it helps the YouTube metrics. If they see lots of people commenting, then the YouTube algorithm's like, huh, maybe this video is interesting. I'll show this video to more people. And then that gives me more views. I get paid more money. And then I can, you know, keep the channel going for longer, right? Because we've been on a downtrend. We've been on a decline in views for about a year now. And so it's getting, you know, I still love my job, but it's getting kind of tight these days. So, I mean, it's rough for everybody these days. I'm not saying that you know, you're immune to this, but yeah. It's something that I'm trying to do to drum up more interest in the channel and more interest in the videos day to day. So yeah, I would really appreciate it if you would, you know, like the videos, comment down below. And then if you comment down below with your IGN, your in-game name, that's what IGN stands for. It's your in-game name. And you can see it right up there in the top left corner. Mine's Cynicalex, and you can see it there. It says codename IGN, same thing. Just comment, just make a comment plus your IGN. Don't just write your IGN. And then I will randomly choose people to be roasted. However, we will have basically 2 tracks, okay? So there will be 2 ways to be roasted. The first way is what I just explained. You're just gonna comment down below on a video, and you're gonna leave your IGN with a comment. And that's sort of just throwing your hat into a raffle. You know, your chances are low, right? We have like 200 to 300 to 400 comments on every video every day. I upload multiple videos a day. Your chances are actually kind of low. It's like 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 2,000 that you're going to get chosen for any given roast. So there is a second way. There is a second way to get roasted if you want to put in more work. Okay, but this relies on you, not on me. So if you record a short clip of your account with specific things that you want to show off or that you want questions about, like a specific character build or your specific card build or whatever, you don't have to add audio. You don't have to talk into a microphone. You just have to record your screen and then go through what you need. And if you send that to me in an email or a DM, you can attach it to the Google Drive. I would appreciate Google Drive. It's the safest one. And then what I can do is I can make a video. I can make like a roasting video with user submissions. Yeah, it's really good. So I want to do a user submission roast. I also want to do a user submitted build of the week. So this is something that I want to do weekly. So for those of you who have any desire to do that, now's your time to shine. And just to give you guys an example of what I'm talking about, I had this video sent to me by Joe. I'm not going to give his last name. About 6 months ago. I apologize for taking 6 months to do this video, Joe. But here it is. Joe sent me this video. Miss Hiss, he had just started a new free-to-play account. Okay, this is huge. And so you can see his free-to-play account here. He's ranked 0 VIP. I believe at this time it was only like 4 or 5 months old. It was a very, very new account. And he essentially wanted to showcase what he was able to do, particularly when it came to dispatch, because dispatch is a huge reward game mode where you can get passive rewards. So here's his roster. Again, he had just been playing for a few months. He sent this to me a month or two after the anniversary, so he was able to get all the anniversary rewards. But as you can see, this is someone's progress with just a few months of grinding in MFF, and what they can achieve without spending any money at all. So he already has, let me just pause this here so I can move my camera. He already has level 70 new Iron Man. He's got Loki. He's got Sharon Rogers. He's got Spider-Man. Now, of course, 6 months later, Spider-Man's looking a step slower, Dr. Octopus, etc. But still, this is a really good start, and this is really focusing on strong characters that you don't need to have a massive investment in order for them to be good. Now he goes into really in-depth detail on the builds here. He's got Loki with a Rage. He's got Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus both with obelisks. So we're not talking any more CTPs besides that one Rage on Loki. And then he goes ahead and shows his cards. Now here's the best part here. And again, this is a user submitted build of this is basically the very first ever user submitted build of the week. So congratulations, Joe. Your build is fantastic, and this build is like 4 or 5 months old. So he's gotten way better since now. I would love to actually do a 1 year retrospective on Joe's account once it hits 1 year. So Joe, hopefully you're watching this. Hit me up on DM or email me or whatever, and we'll set something up to do this again for you specifically in a few months when you get to that 1 year plateau. But yeah, these were his cards after just a few months. You can see there's no Pierce, there's 2 P cards, but probably he's going to replace Loki 2 in the future. And then he goes on to clear stage 10-1. He's playing manually. You can see that there in the video. He goes on to clear stage 10-1 of dispatch, which is huge. Now he uses that dispatch bug to build up his transcendent skills and things like that. Very, it's not a bug, it's a feature. He does that there to build up so he can pop all the transcendent skills at the same time. But yeah, look at this. Look at how ingenious this is. If you really dedicate yourself to playing MFF smart, you can progress so much without spending a dime. You know, this is why people say the game is free to play friendly. Personally, I would turn off the separate damage numbers for Instinct. It drives me nuts seeing those blue numbers. But if you love just seeing numbers overlaid on numbers, maybe you're like a math nerd or whatever, knock yourself out. Also, we need to know who the hell this is, because those bright orange, those bright orange trunks, they gotta go. They gotta go in the fire, bro. You gotta build up your style. But yeah, he gets it done. He gets it done 10-1 on an account that's just a few months old. Absolutely bonkers. And they're not even maxed out builds. As you can see, none of the uniforms are maxed out. Huge achievement. Huge props to Miss Hiss and Joe for that. So yeah, that's what I wanted to announce to you guys today. Hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know. I'll probably do another video sort of explaining the build of the week thing, because I sort of didn't explain it too in depth in this video, and I want people to know about it, so I want to release it as a separate video so everybody's clear about exactly what it is and what I'm expecting. But yeah, if you want your account to be roasted, if you want to get some sort of one-on-one advice from me, all you got to do is either A, write your comment down below in any video, any new video, of course, not like old videos from months ago, with your IGN, or secondly, record a clip. You just have to record the in-game footage. Just record a clip. It doesn't even need to have sound. Record an in-game clip of what you would like to showcase, whether it's a build that you're struggling with, or your cards, or a certain piece of content that you just can't get done, or you're proud of achieving with, you know, a low build. Not really looking. Build of the week, we'll open it to everyone, but I hope I don't just get a bunch of submissions from whales who want to flex on camera. Because that gets old pretty fast. We'll do one of those like every few months, but I'm not going to be throwing out whale flexes every week. That's not that's not what it's for. But anyways, those are the 2 ways. Let's see how this goes. Thanks for watching. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content. If you want to support the channel even more, consider joining as a sponsor, or not as a sponsor, as a member. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.